Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of Life After Mental Illness. I'm Bill MacPhee, your recovery expert. And remember, recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. In today's video, what I'm going to be talking about are two things: anxiety and obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, I got to tell you that as a recovery expert, one of my jobs is trying to make things as simple and understandable as possible. And before you get into the 6 pillars of recovery, understanding your illness is very important about what I do, one of the things I do. So let's, for example, let's talk about anxiety. A lot of times people say, anxiety, we hear it, anxiety, so-and-so has anxiety, everybody has anxiety. But you know what? Do you really know what anxiety is? Do people, can you explain it? Everybody talks about anxiety, but nobody knows what it is. Well, here's something simple to do. Basically, anxiety is basically fear of the present and always worrying about the future. So fear of the present and always worrying about the future. That's what anxiety is. However, what you have to do is when you're analyzing anxiety, you have to put weight to it. And what I mean about that, for example, okay, so here we are fearing today. We have a fear of today. We feel uncomfortable. We're maybe scared. We're just uncertain. We have a fear today. Okay, is on a scale of 1 to 10, is it a 2? Is it a 5? Is it a 7? Is it a 9? We need to weight the fear of the present. As well going into the future, fear of the future, we have to put weight to that. How much do you fear the future? Is it 2, a 6, a 7, an 8? You know, you got to put a weight to it, sort of a measurement to it. But basically, that's what anxiety is. Anxiety is fear of the present and always worrying about the future. I want to give you an example. I had a client that was very fearful of crossing the street. She lived in a busy neighborhood and she had a fear of crossing the street. Now, that is reasonable. I mean, especially if you live in the city or something like that. A lot of traffic. People get hit by cars every single day and killed. So it could be a legitimate fear. But so she had a fear of crossing the street. Okay, so what I did, I counseled her about this. I said, okay, as a person of faith, I know that God exists. So what I told her, I said, okay, you're going to cross the street just before the crossing. Obey the signs, obey the rules. But as you're crossing the street, you squeeze your arm. You squeeze your fist. You make a fist and you squeeze it tight. And you say, God, hold my hand and help me across the street. Very simple. You know what she said? She said, Bill, I don't fear crossing the street anymore. My anxiety, my fear of the present, my fear of crossing the street had diminished. Very simple. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, okay, we'll talk about anxiety again, worrying about the future. Okay, so here's a simple thing about worrying about the future. And I can understand it. I can understand thinking ahead and thinking of things coming up and all that about the fear. But here's where we are. No matter how old you are, for example, I'm going to be 55 in October, and I can legitimately say that I got through 55 years of my life. I'm through. I got through 55 years of my life. So why can't I trust that I can get through the next 40 or the next 30? You see, if you're 25 and you got through the 25 years, then why can't you trust that you're going to get through the future? Because you look back, sure, we had difficulties, we had trials, we had temptations, we had errors, a lot of things happened to us, but we're still here. And we've had those, we're here. So you trust for the first 25. Why can't you trust for the next 25? These strategies are just basically for anxiety. Okay, want to move on, make something simple. Obsessive compulsive disorder. A lot of people say, oh, Bill, my son, my daughter, they're going in the house, they're washing their hands, they're coming out, they're washing their hands, they're coming out back and forth, they have this ritual. I can't handle it. What's it all about? Well, I'm going to make it simple for you. Obsessive compulsive disorder. If you think back, if you're my age, or think back, you remember those old vinyl records? You had the record player, and you had the arm, and you had the needle, and you'd put it on it, and it would spin. Well, here we go. So basically, remember when that needle and that vinyl record, we wore our records out because we played it so much, but it would be in a groove, and it would get stuck in the groove. And it would repeat, 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 because it's stuck in the groove. Well, obsessive compulsive disorder is very much like that, where we're hardwired and we have this ritual, or we have this thing that has to repeat, 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 because it's stuck. It's stuck like the needle was stuck on the record. So, and then you talk about, well, medications for obsessive compulsive. Well, what's that all about? What's that all about? Well, you know what? When we had that needle stuck on the vinyl record, what did we have to do? We had to take our finger or lift it up and move it to the next groove. We had to kind of move it, put our finger and snap it and move it. That's what people do with medication for obsessive compulsive disorder. You're trying to bump the needle, though we don't have a finger to do that, so we try to develop medications to try to bump that needle so it stops repeating and goes in the groove. Simple analogy of obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, so that's good. Just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I want to give you an update. You know what? I have To Cry Dry Tears, my book, Bill MacPhee's Journey and Recovery with Schizophrenia. You know what? You can get that on Amazon. You can get it downloaded today very quickly. But if you wanted it to order it through me, it's $15. $15, and I'll get it in the mail the next day. You just phone me on my cell phone, 905-994-3022, and we'll get your credit card, charge you $15. The next day, be in the mail. You'll have it in 3 days. Very simple. With that book, what's unique about To Cry a Dry Tear is it has all my nursing notes in it. It has all my doctor's notes in it. It's a classic book. You will learn so much. You'll learn a little bit more about me, and you'll learn more about mental illness than you ever possibly thought you could. So give me a call if I don't catch you on the first ring. Leave a message, and I'll get back with you within 24 hours. And the fact is that if you order it from me, I will autograph it, and I'll write something nice in the book with your name in it. So order that. Just give me a call, 905-994-3022, and we'll get that set up. I also wanted to let you know that I have some speaking engagements coming up. I'm going to be in Ottawa, I'm going to be in Toronto, I'm going to be in Niagara Falls. I'm working on a East Coast tour, British Columbia, I think, East Coast, Sunshine Coast in Canada. We're looking at coming to Atlanta, Georgia. We're doing a week's tour. We got that in the process. So subscribe to this channel, and you'll keep updated. Subscribe, like us, comment, and everything like that. And so my speaking, I have a promotion going on where I'll speak anytime in 2017 for just expenses. And expenses is basically flight out of Buffalo or Toronto, and hotel and meals. And basically what I want to tell you about that is that if you book an engagement before August 31st, I'm waiving my $1,000 speaking fee and just speaking to you for expenses, and I'll do many presentations, as many as you want for that. So I think that's a little bit about that. If you're interested in doing some recovery coaching, maybe you want to just touch base with me about your son or daughter or your family, or if you're on the right problem, if your son or daughter may be stuck, maybe doing well but they're stuck, I'm telling you I can help you. As a recovery coach, I charge you $75 per session, and we do it over the phone, over Skype. And that's about it. The sessions last 50 minutes. If you just want to talk to me and need an ear to listen to you and give you some suggestions, feel free. Okay, that's about it. I think in my next vlog, I'm going to show you it's time to get my blood work and time to get my needle again. I get an injection every 4 weeks, and so I'm going to film some of that again in our next vlog. So anyways, remember, life after mental illness. There is life after mental illness, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Have a great day, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye for now. Hi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter.